At exactly 2:47 a.m. on a Wednesday in November, a 185-pound Boerboel named Diesel started barking at a kitchen wall, not at a window, not at the front door, a wall. By 3:01 a.m., paramedics were pulling 4 unconscious people out of that house on stretchers. The carbon monoxide reading inside was 287 parts per million. Anything over 70 can kill a child in under an hour. And the only reason that family was still breathing was because of a dog that 2 neighbors had filed formal noise complaints about the year before. His name was Diesel, and what he was hearing that night, no human in that house could hear at all. But to understand why he was the only one awake at 2:47 a.m., you have to go back 14 months to a thunderstorm on Highway 19 and a chain wrapped around a guardrail. Tyler Whitlock was driving home from a roofing job outside Asheville, North Carolina. It was raining, the kind of rain that makes the windshield wipers feel like a suggestion. He had 2 hours of road behind him and 40 minutes still to go. He almost didn't see the dog at all. A massive shape on the gravel shoulder, no movement, no reflection, just a black and fawn outline pressed flat against the guardrail like he was trying to disappear. Tyler pulled over. The dog was tied to the guardrail with a length of rusted chain, no collar, no tag, no food, no water, soaking wet. The vet would later guess he had been there somewhere between 2 and 3 days, about 3 years old, severely underweight, pure Boerboel. The kind of dog somebody had paid serious money for once and then decided was too much animal to feed. Tyler sat in the rain with him for 45 minutes before the dog let him close enough to cut the chain. He brought him home in the back seat of the truck, soaking the upholstery, breathing slow and watching every move Tyler made. Hannah opened the front door, took one look at the wet 185-pound mass dripping onto her welcome mat, and said exactly 4 words. "What's his name, Tyler?" Tyler looked at the dog. The dog looked back. "I think his name is Diesel." "Then come inside, Diesel." That was the easy part. The Whitlocks were a family of 4. Hannah was 33, a kindergarten teacher who had grown up around farm dogs and was not afraid of size. Tyler was 34, a roofing contractor with a bad back and a heart he tried very hard to hide. Their son Avery was 7, their daughter Lily was 4. The house was a 1940s farmhouse on 3 acres just outside town. Old wiring, old pipes, an old propane furnace in the basement that Tyler kept saying he would replace next spring. Diesel adapted to the family, the way Boerboels adapt to anything they decide to keep, slowly, quietly, completely. Within 2 months, he had a routine. Mornings on the back porch with Tyler's coffee, naps under the kitchen table while Hannah graded papers, walking Avery to the school bus at 7:42 a.m. every weekday, sleeping at the foot of Lily's bed every single night, his enormous head facing the doorway like he was guarding the entrance to a small castle. The neighbors did not love him. 2 formal noise complaints had been filed by the time Diesel had been with the family for 10 months, both filed by the same man, a retired insurance adjuster 2 houses down, named Eldon. Eldon did not like big dogs, Eldon did not like loud noises, and Eldon especially did not like the fact that 2 or 3 nights every month, Diesel would stand on the back porch at 3 a.m. and bark at absolutely nothing. A trainer named Marisol, who specialized in working breeds, came out twice. After the second visit, she sat at Hannah's kitchen table and said something Hannah would think about later, lying on a hospital bed. "He is not malfunctioning. He is calibrated to something you cannot hear. Boerboels were bred for centuries to detect what does not belong on a farm at night. He is doing the exact job his ancestors were paid to do. The question is not why he is barking. The question is what is he hearing?" Hannah didn't have an answer. Tyler thought it was raccoons. It wasn't raccoons. If you are still here and have not subscribed yet, that genuinely stings a little. Hit the button. Trust me, the part you are about to hear is the part you do not want to miss. The night the carbon monoxide detector failed, the temperature outside Asheville dropped to 21 degrees. A trainer named Marisol, who specialized in working breeds, came out twice. After the second visit, she sat at Hannah's kitchen table and said something Hannah would think about later, lying on a hospital bed. "He is not malfunctioning. He is calibrated to something you cannot hear. Boerboels were bred for centuries to detect what does not belong on a farm at night. He is doing the exact job his ancestors were paid to do. The question is not why he is barking. The question is, what is he hearing? Hannah didn't have an answer. Tyler thought it was raccoons. It wasn't raccoons. If you are still here and have not subscribed yet, that genuinely stings a little. Hit the button. Trust me, the part you are about to hear is the part you do not want to miss. The night the carbon monoxide detector failed, the temperature outside Asheville dropped to 21 degrees. The old propane furnace in the basement, the one Tyler had been meaning to replace, kicked on at 9:38 p.m. and never stopped running. Somewhere between the rusted heat exchanger and the seal around the flue, a hairline crack let a thin ribbon of carbon monoxide drift up through the vents. The detector mounted on the kitchen ceiling had been beeping a low battery warning for 11 days. Tyler kept telling himself he would change it on Saturday. By 2 a.m. on Wednesday, it had stopped beeping entirely. The 9-volt battery inside was dead. Hannah and Tyler were in their bed at the end of the hall. Avery was in his room with the door cracked open the way he always slept. Lily was in her bed with Diesel on the floor next to her. All four of them were already breathing in concentrations of carbon monoxide that should have been waking them up. But carbon monoxide is the perfect quiet killer. It is colorless, it is odorless, and it is exactly heavy enough to settle into the rooms of a sleeping family without making a single sound. Diesel woke up at 2:43 a.m. He stood up next to Lily's bed, ears forward, head tilted. He walked slowly out of her bedroom, into the hallway, past the master bedroom, into the kitchen. He stopped in front of the wall behind the stove. He stood there for almost a full minute, listening, calculating. Then he started barking. Not his ordinary, deep, lazy bark. This was different. This was the kind of sound Tyler had never heard him make before. Sharp, loud, relentless. The kind of bark that comes out of 200 years of breeding for one specific purpose. The walls shook. Tyler woke up confused. His head felt like it was wrapped in cotton. He stumbled into the hallway. The house smelled of nothing. That was wrong. He couldn't think straight enough to know why it was wrong. Diesel kept barking. Hannah came out behind him, holding herself up against the wall. Lily was already crying in her room. Avery wasn't moving. Tyler, Avery's not waking up. It was 2:51 a.m. Tyler grabbed Avery and ran for the front door. Hannah grabbed Lily. Diesel followed them out into the freezing yard. By the time the fire truck arrived 7 minutes later, all four of them were on the lawn, wrapped in blankets a neighbor from across the street had run over with. The carbon monoxide reading inside the house was 287 parts per million. The fire chief told Tyler that another 15 minutes and Avery would not have woken up at all. Tyler sat in the back of the ambulance with his son on his lap and his arm wrapped around 185 pounds of Boerboel. He didn't say a word for 20 minutes. Then he leaned his forehead against Diesel's enormous skull and finally said it. "You heard it the whole time. You actually heard it." Diesel licked his face once and went back to watching Avery breathe. The hospital kept all four of them overnight. Avery's blood oxygen levels recovered fully by morning. Around 6:15 a.m., when he finally opened his eyes for the first time since Tyler had carried him out the front door, his first word wasn't Mom, it wasn't Dad, it was Diesel. The nurse on duty, who had 3 boys of her own and had seen a lot of hospital rooms, had to turn her face toward the window for a minute before she could come back and check the chart. Lily slept through most of it, hugging a stuffed rabbit, with one hand stretched toward Diesel through the railing of the bed. Eldon, the neighbor who had filed 2 noise complaints in 14 months and once called the sheriff's office twice in a single night because Diesel had barked too long, came to the front porch 4 days later with a tray of homemade brownies and the kind of red-eyed look that older men get when something has cracked them open. He looked at Diesel for a long time before he said anything. "I owe him an apology." Hannah didn't say a word. She just opened the door and let him in. Eldon drank coffee at the kitchen table for an hour. On his way out, he stopped and put one trembling hand on top of Diesel's massive head. "I was wrong about you, son." Diesel did not move. He just looked up at the old man with eyes that did not need an apology, but accepted one anyway. Have you ever had a dog warn you about something you could not see? Tell me below. Today, Diesel is 4.5. The propane furnace has been replaced. The carbon monoxide detector has a fresh battery. The smoke alarms have fresh batteries. Tyler checks all of them the first Sunday of every month, like a religious ritual that keeps their family alive. Avery is 9. He still walks to the bus with Diesel every weekday at 7:42 a.m. Lily is 6. She still falls asleep with Diesel's head resting against the side of her bed. And every once in a while, a few times a year, Diesel still stands on the back porch at 3 in the morning and barks at something none of them can hear. Nobody in that house ever tells him to stop anymore. When a dog warns you, listen. He is not being dramatic. He is not being difficult. He is paying attention with an instinct we traded away a long time ago for battery-powered detectors that go quiet at exactly the wrong moment. One day, his ears might be the only thing standing between your family and the silent thing you never knew was there. Was Diesel just a noisy dog, or did he hear something the rest of the world stopped listening for? Tell me in the comments.